Trips Awakening, I will feel my ancient signals, one within the universe and universes inside of me. Channeling program entities. When it comes to the crooked Muppets, negative Muppets like the preachers and these conscious Muppets and the politicians and all of that mess, they're channeling in program entities that's programming y'all and got you under a spell at the same time by certain words and certain chants that they throw out, and some of y'all repeat that. All right, especially with the preachers and especially the conscious Muppets. They're basically doing the same thing that the others have basically been doing decades ago. Like, when they do speeches and lectures like the Hitler and, the Malcolm X, David Icke, and Farrakhan, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they basically channel in a program entity. All right, just to put that out there. Now, you see these conscious Muppets, they're basically doing the same thing. But some of them are low budget, and they got some of y'all confused and mixed up. And they basically taking on somebody else's work and programming mess and just recycling it. And this has been going on for decades, but these conscious Muppets, they took it to another level. They try to make it like, like they're like so in tune, and they're really not. Because if they really was in tune, they all, for one, they all work together. They all do this fake, WWE mess. And I talked about this before. And some of them have hybrid DNA in them. And it's a couple of them, I can see it. This one look like Ralph Tresvant. It got a big mouth and act like a chick. The list goes on. All they talk about exposing and debating and all of that mess. Like Malcolm X and all of them. And these conscious Muppets, they're not helping y'all. They're all doing the Muppets, they're doing recycle information. And some of them, they are trying to channel in the program entities, but they're already programmed. They're self. Because they don't know who they are, they're disconnected. They're trying to channel in the programming entities. Like, they try to be on what Hitler was on, with doing the speech and lectures and stuff, and it's already been done. They're not on that level. See, these conscious Muppets, they're low budget. They out here hustling your loved ones and your energy. They're not on that level, and like David Icke and Alex Jones and them, they connected to a society group. And then you got these conscious Muppets out here recycling information, and all they talk about is researching and debating and tearing each other down, and it's some WWE stuff to have y'all confused and mixed up. To me, they're nothing but low budget, these conscious Muppets. There's nothing positive about them. And some of y'all worship them, y'all praise them, and some of them got a big following. And all of that's about to get shut down with my signals and by the snap of a finger. All of that stuff is getting ready to get shut down. I see that. They're going to expose themselves, and they're going to lose a bunch of followers because some of y'all already see how they are. All they talk about this programming stuff. It's nothing positive. You know, like I said, the negative shadow set up certain things. And by the way, some of them got hybrid DNA. It's this one individual, you know, got bad skin and looked like the cracked out Ralph Tresvant. You know, and one got R. Kelly's DNA. Like, I see what's going on. They have these Muppets. They all was cool, but they all dog each other. That's set up. Some of y'all can't see that. And some of them, like I said, they are not on the Hitler's level and these others out here. And, you know, it's already been done. You know, like Malcolm X, Farrakhan, and all of them with the speeches and lectures. And the low budgets, they only have like, what, 5 or 6, 7 individuals when they come to lectures. And they travel and they hustle y'all for y'all some money and stuff. And some of y'all can't think for yourself. Y'all going by certain individuals, and the negative shadows created all of that mess, and they going by that. But there's a difference between certain individuals. Certain individuals channel in high energy, like high negative energy that can put y'all into a spell. These low budgets, they don't know what they're doing. And some of them try to act like they know how to use voodoo and all of that stuff. If you went to doing black magic and spells and certain things, you're not going to announce that stuff. You're not going to put that stuff out on video. And some of them are just out there, they want attention. It ain't nothing but a big show. It's a comedy. You know, like I said, Malcolm X and all of them, they done that stuff. They channel in a certain different type of energy. And they was connected to a society groups. And some of y'all don't see that. You know, and I just want y'all to know what's really going on. Because these conscious Muppets, they're annoying. All they do is just ramble. And they're not talking about nothing. And use foul language. On so many different levels. And y'all think that's all right? And then, you know, you got everybody talking about, like, you know, some of y'all talking about, oh, let's help one shade of race, you know, like, you know, our shade. You know, how about helping out all shades? You know, how about that? But nobody's not on that. Everybody want to, you know, do one side of shade, like, then another side. And that, to me, that's whack. That's corny. Yeah. That's terrible. And then everybody talking about, oh, well, let's do, you know, I hate using that word, but I'm using it in a sentence, like, let's do for the black community and build our economics and make the black dollar. There's no such thing as black and white. They use black and white, they use colors to control y'all's frequency. The colors. They ain't got nothing to do with your skin. They use your skin for something else, but that's another video. Because I could get really deep into that, but that's another video. You know, so the community, you know, I don't care about the community. And I'll tell you why, because it's not my community. If, like, for example, if I was to open up some business or do something for the community, there'll be some negative beings, like, you know, some low-budget agents and other individual will sabotage that and mess that up. So when it comes to the community, that's not my community. You know, your great-grandfather, your grandmothers, and certain individuals for decades, they build these illusion skulls. houses and churches and all of that stuff. I didn't create it. Y'all didn't create it. And that's why I laugh at, some of these program gangbangers out here hollering about this is their street. This is not ours. We built it. The only thing that's ours is our energy and soul. And when I say I don't care about the community, yeah, I love souls. I appreciate souls. I love souls. But the streets and all of that stuff, I don't care about the program and stoplights and stop signs and all of that stuff and the illusion buildings. I care about the souls, and y'all want to argue, talking about, y'all act like someone owe you something and they don't owe you anything. These negative beings set up certain things and y'all fall for the trap and want to cry and complain and follow these Muppets. I wouldn't do nothing for the community. Y'all need to focus on your loved ones because nobody's not going to be there for y'all. It's just like when these silly whack-ass gangbangers, holler about, oh, they down for you and stuff like that. And then when y'all get locked up to y'all, it's like nobody visit them, write them, or go see them. But they want to quick to put, oh, free such and such with that corny whack stuff online, oh, free such and such, and all of that mess. That's y'all. Some of y'all already programming. Y'all falling behind program low budget Muppets that's trying to get on the level like Hitler and them, and they paradigm shift. Like the Hitlers and then the Malcolm X and the Martin Luther Kings and stuff. Then you got these low budget pretenders, out here acting like they're exposing the government, but these negative shadows already set up certain things. Like, like the Alex Jones and them, think they exposing certain things. They connected with that. So they connected to something. They got power behind them, but these low budgets that's in the community, they don't have nothing going for their self. They're programmed their self. And then you got this individual that look like Ralph Transvance running this big mouth and exposing and doing the recycle information. You want to tear down individuals like Farrakhan. Like Farrakhan and them, they had a big following and stuff. They had people under a spell and stuff. They was connected to, something negative, and they know how to do spells and all of that stuff, like the Farrakhans and them, and the list goes on. But this certain individual will want to tear them down, but he's doing the same thing what they're doing, but they could do it better than him. This one individual. And y'all follow behind these conscious Muppets out here, and they all work together, and there's some WWE stuff. Certain things already out there. So, and it's funny how some of y'all can't see. Some of y'all see, and some of y'all probably know who I'm talking about. There's a lot of conscious Muppets out there, and it's played out. What they're doing is played out. It's been played out, and I said this 2 or 3 years ago. What they was doing, this mess is played out because Hitler and all of them, and I'm not defending them. I don't know these individuals, but they had power. They had control. They had a lot of y'all earthlings under a spell, and it doesn't matter what country. It's different individuals in other countries got certain individuals under the spells, like these so-called world leaders. This is not over here. The educational system, they basically had, your loved ones and the loved ones before you into a spell. You learn one certain language and learn how to cast spells, but the other shades that come from, China or Japan can speak this language and their language. Or, vice versa. How come they didn't teach, nobody didn't question this, how come, they didn't teach them how, your loved ones or the loved ones before you, teach them how to speak their language. Because the whole thing set up there's certain informations, there's certain codes and stuff like that. And I could get deep into that. That's another video as well. But I just want to, put that out there. They ain't doing nothing but channeling. Well, certain individuals already channel high negative energy. You get what I'm saying? And these hybrids and these different beings connected with some of them. They in the circle and the triangle. The low budgets that y'all see in the conscious community and got like 5 or 10 people and using the recycled information that the negative shadows created, they're nothing. They want to get to that level. They want it. Some of them are desperate for attention and will put on a Muppet show and do silly things to get y'all's attention, and some of y'all fall for it. How some of them gonna tear down these preachers and stuff, and they're doing basically the same thing. Recycle information, lectures, and all of that stuff. And like I said, half of these Muppets that y'all follow behind is hybrids. I see certain, like I said, certain DNA, like the R. Kellys and, the Floyd Mayweather and stuff, and all of them trying to diss them. But this is nothing but recycled programming mess. And all they talk about is the same old stuff. And none of them helped y'all out. They didn't help out your great-grandfather and all of them. And then it's funny because, y'all always want to talk all that, silly mess like the Black Power and stuff like that. And this goes with all shades. Not just, like I said, I don't like using the word black, but the other shades and our shades. Your own relatives would do you in. And then it doesn't matter what shade, your own relatives and your so-called beings that you hang out with. And some of them hybrids, some of them agents, and some of y'all don't know it. And like I said so many times before, some of your relatives is connected to society groups and stuff. Will do certain things to mess you up on so many different levels. Some of y'all basically like channeling in certain things, like the entities and images and stuff, like, what they show, like these game bangers and stuff. Y'all channeling in different types of energy, like the so-called corny rappers. Y'all channeling in that. It's just like these Muppets that's on a high level, these celebrities, they know how to put spells on you and stuff, these entertainers and these athletes. They channel in certain types of energy and they connect to it and they sell their soul into that stuff. But they got to pay for it with the shame rituals, or they use their doubles. And then, majority of them are hybrids, and the list goes on. But they channel in certain energy and stuff, and y'all take that in. So y'all can follow behind these Muppets and see how far you get. You won't fly up out of here. You won't fly up out of here. You'll just be stuck in the black hole, the unknown lake. But this mess been going on, and y'all conscious Muppets, my signals will disconnect your negative energy. Because people will see in the spells they are about to be broken. What? Did somebody say something?